Hi, Elle Ingalls here at elleingles.com, pressure-free.com, and I've got Gimli here with me. We're at Blandford Farm, Blandford Nature Center. A lot of people walking out at a good distance apart from each other, doing the physical distancing thing. And I wanted to talk about telecoaching because when I first started my business in 2010, I was I wasn't sure if telecoaching would work. I was so used to having clients one-on-one with me, being in the same room with me, and I was very curious whether or not telecoaching would be as effective. And my first telecoaching client was in Puerto Rico, and I never thought I'd get the chance to meet her. So we did the course, the pressure-free intro course, online together, and it was a really amazing time, a really incredible time. And it turned out that a few months later, I was able to meet her in person out in Las Vegas. She was there with her husband, and we got to meet live. And another client that I was working with in New Jersey at the time, I met her live as well several months later. And I could say for sure and honestly that the telecoaching really, really worked. We were able to connect online, and I want to give just a couple of suggestions. If you're giving any sort of lessons, I see some friends on here who are musicians. If you're giving any sort of lessons, if you are a health professional and you're doing something online now with people, if you're the recipient of coaching, then these tips can be helpful for you too. And the first is the position of the camera. So eye contact is really important when you're coaching someone. But if you're on screen, if I was looking at you, my eyes would be down right now, and I wouldn't be looking at the camera. So it would look to you like I wasn't even looking at you. So I learned very early on, like with my first client, to always be looking at the lens when I was saying things or explaining things to her. But then I would say to her, it's going to look like I'm not looking at you, and I would shift down if I needed to look at her and see her body. So if you're a musician teaching, you need to be able to see the person playing, so your eyes won't look like they're looking at them. So that's one thing. Also, I would put you're going to have some screens pop up when you're telecoaching or being coached, and you can bring those way to the top of your screen so that the lens and the pictures are closer together. That's a really great tip too, so that you're not looking way down your screen, so you can kind of shift your eyes back and forth that way. So it really is important to have that eye connection, and that is something that is a challenge when you're on screen. Another thing that I note, and of course this is pressure-free that I'm coaching, so I'm helping people reduce stress, anger, anxiety, and overwhelm in my particular work. In my expertise. And so the last thing I want is them to be anxious about the tech. So one of the things that I do as a coach is I always let them know there's a backup system. So for example, if we're using Zoom or some sort of platform that way, I have a Zoom link called Zoom with Elle, so it's easy for my clients to remember. That's the other thing I encourage people to do is purchase your own domain name that they can remember. They don't have to look up any number, find the link. They can just remember, Zoom with Elle. That's how they come on a call with me. So that's another great tip. And so this idea of tech going bad, we can always get on a FaceTime or Messenger video. There's a backup system. And also if you get on and nothing is happening, to use your phone to then text people. Let people know what's up. Like, I'm running a couple minutes late, or I'm having trouble getting this link. We're a society that's so used to boom, 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 instant, it better work. And oftentimes tech just doesn't. So having that backup system, I think, is really helpful. It's been helpful to my clients to know that they never have to be in a rush coming to me, whether they're coming physically or online, that I always build in extra time because I'm trying to prevent all that. I'm trying to help them reduce stress, not add to their stress. And tech can sometimes create a stressful feeling. So those are some tips, especially the one like looking in the camera is a really great tip. I also, if you do anything with Zoom or on the phone and you want some more help with that, if you're an instructor and you're just learning, feel free to private message me. I'm happy to share my tips with you. Like even how to make sure the words come out correctly, that you're not backwards. That's important too. And there are some things you can do to make that happen. So I've been doing this since 2012, been coaching online people all over the world, and it's just been such a blessing. So hope this is helpful. Stay pressure free, everybody, and I will see you soon. I see Dale, Joel, Michelle, Christiane. Wow, I haven't seen that name in a while. So nice to see you here, and Jennifer's here too. So enjoy, get the sun on your face here in Michigan today. It's gorgeous, and wishing you, of course, a pressure free evening. Bye.